everyone! I hope y'all are having a great day, and today I'm going to be reviewing Requiem by Lauren Oliver. So I'm going to warn you all now that this review is not going to be spoiler-free, so if you haven't finished the Delirium trilogy, I recommend you either go elsewhere or you could also check out my written review on my blog because that is spoiler-free. So if the people who haven't finished the trilogy are gone now, I guess I'll start by saying Requiem probably had a lot riding on it. It's the conclusion to a well-loved trilogy, and there were lots of different things that Lauren Oliver had to tie up in this concluding book. I've seen so many mixed feelings on Requiem. I know a lot of people are super duper angry about it, and a lot of people liked it. And, you know, I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I didn't really love it, but I didn't hate it either, and I just thought it was alright. I mean, I was definitely disappointed in numerous aspects, but when I think about it, it wasn't a bad book. Maybe Lauren Oliver was really stressed and burdened while writing this novel because it definitely doesn't compare to the first two. But let's talk about what Requiem is about. It's alternating point of views between Lena and Hannah. Lena's in the wilds with Julian, whereas Hannah is still inside the city, and she's been cured, and she's matched with a guy named Fred. And I think that's all I'm going to say about the plot, because if you're watching this, you've probably already read the book. Now, Lena is a character that I really enjoyed in the first two novels, but in this novel she really frustrated me. There were times when she was really kick butt and she knew what she was doing and I really liked her, but then on the other hand she was also extremely rude to Julian. In Pandemonium I wasn't a huge fan of Julian because I still loved Alex with all my heart, but in this book I really sympathized with him because when we're putting this in perspective, Julian just left the world he's known forever with this girl that he kind of only just met, but he trusts her because he loves her. Lena kind of tells him, we're going to go into the wilds and it's going to be great because you get to love and do stuff and freedom, yay. And Julian is like, okay, as long as I'm with you, I think I'm going to be fine. But Julian obviously isn't going to fit in right away, and because of this, Lena gets really angry. She thinks really mean thoughts about Julian, and she's kind of like, oh my god, he doesn't belong here, he's embarrassing me. And I'm like, if I promised someone a better life in this place called the Wilds and it ended up being a disaster, I would feel really embarrassed. And I'd be like, oh my god, Julian, I am really sorry. It's usually not like this. Things will be cleared up soon. Don't worry about it. But instead, Lena's like, he doesn't belong. He's an outsider and he tries too hard. I mean, obviously he's going to try to fit in. This is his life now, thanks to you. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that. They really do like Lena, but I was so frustrated with her. Our other main character is Hannah, Lena's best friend, and I never really liked Hannah starting from Delirium, so I wasn't that fond of her point of view throughout the book. I didn't think her character was that important that it had to have half of the book in her perspective. I understand why Lauren Oliver chose to do it, and it was definitely insightful on the other side of the rebellion, but I just was never a fan of Hannah, so yeah. I'm going to talk about the plot and the romantic aspect of this novel because, let's be real, Delirium and Pandemonium are both very passionate and lovey-dovey books, but I felt like that was missing in Requiem because the book kind of had a different tone. It wasn't really a passionate love affair. It was more of a calculated kind of battle-like book where they plan these strategies to attack things and then they execute them with like dashes of tension and angst in between. And these dashes of angst, I feel like it was the most obvious route for Lauren Oliver to go to. Adding another love interest for Alex was just so predictable and cliche. And right from the start of the book, it is so obvious that Lena is going to choose Alex. And so this back and forth between Alex and Julian was just really unnecessary, and I wish Lauren Oliver did something more creative with the plot. And this new love interest for Alex named Coral, she didn't really have much development in her character, so I was really disappointed about the plot of this book. The story is actually pretty slow, I think, in the beginning, but then it does pick up later in the book. Now I'm going to talk about the most important thing about this book, which is the ending. After all, it is the concluding book in the trilogy, so it should have wrapped up all these loose ends together to create little cute bows. That didn't exactly happen. Lauren Oliver kind of took the more open-ended ending approach, which I know upset a lot of people, but some people were definitely okay with that. I personally wanted a more satisfactory ending, something that would give me the feeling that, okay, it's over. I have this closure with the characters and the story, and I feel good about where it ended. Yeah, I didn't really get that from Requiem. Alex and Lena's reunion was really passionless and rushed. And this happens without Lena officially severing her relationship with Julian, so you don't know how that's going to work out. You have no idea what's going to happen to Hannah afterward. You don't know how this war is going to be, or if there's going to be a happy ending, or if they all die trying. You just don't know. I know one of my blogging friends says that it's a disservice to Lauren Oliver's readers for her to end the series this way without any of the solid answers that we've been pining for the previous books. And I have to say I kind of do agree with that, not completely, but I do wish that we had a lot more answers than what was given. So the ending to the Delirium trilogy wasn't exactly what I was hoping to be, but I'm still calling myself a fan of the Delirium trilogy because I really enjoyed the first two books, and I semi-enjoyed Requiem. Lauren Oliver is still a fantastic writer with beautiful prose, and she knows how to tell a story. I just didn't really appreciate the way she ended her story. I wanted better development of all the characters and a more satisfying conclusion, but even though I didn't really get that, Requiem still isn't a bad book. I know there are so many mixed reviews on Requiem, so I am prepared for the comments to be contrary to my opinion. I would love to hear what you thought about Requiem, whether you agree or disagree with my thoughts on the book. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day and happy reading. Bye!